On the other hand, Teacher Sue came to the cafeteria area and saw food lying on the ground. He said, "This food is for eating, not for throwing around like this." After that, he warned everyone not to do such things again, so they would not regret even after graduation. Meanwhile, Ming brought Hwan to the beach and gave her seaweed jelly to eat so that the taste in her mouth would change and her mood would get better. Hwan asked how he came there. He called it a coincidence. But in reality, when he had gone with Shahan to meet Mr. Yai, he saw the video sent by Ting and got nervous. He cancelled the meeting and came back. Hwan said she thought that after Jajting came, everything would start fresh. But her bad times did not leave her alone even here. He closed her eyes and compared the blowing wind, the sound of the sea waves, and the voices of birds to the clouds gathered in the sky. He said just like strong wind blows away all the clouds and the sky becomes clear again. In the same way, these rumors will also disappear in a few days. He encouraged her and said the Hwan he knows, she cannot give up like this. Ming's words fixed Hwan's mood, but just then her eyes fell on a mother-daughter pair and she remembered her mother. On the other hand, Fengli slowly understood how selfish Ning is. She not only lied in front of everyone that Hwan bullied her, but she was also the one who posted about Hwan on the school forum. Fengli ended her friendship with her. Here Ming lit a lantern for Hwan by evening and released it in the sky, so that Hwan's thoughts could reach her mother. At night when Hwan freshened up and was checking the forum in her room, he came with watermelon for her. Hwan said she would not let this matter go so easily, but she would find out the truth. So he also did not sit quietly. He started tracing the source of the rumors spread on the internet. Next scene, Ming finally got a clue. Looking carefully at the picture of an anonymous profile, he remembered these kinds of teddy bear charms. He had seen them hanging on Ning's bag. The next day, he asked her if that ID was hers. She directly said that she did not post that post. This statement turned Hwan's doubt into certainty. She clearly told her that she does not have the habit of attacking from behind. She openly challenges her. She will show her place by defeating her in the monthly exam. Ning also accepted and set the punishment for the loser, that she would have to do 20 rounds of the ground. Meanwhile, Jian comes to Shunyi's store to get that post deleted by Ming. The post because of which Hwan became everyone's target. He knows that she is a good girl. He does not want to see her become everyone's victim in school because of this useless post. But Ming tells him to stay away from all these matters. He will handle this himself. Here Yang came to give some money to Ning on the saying of her brother Soping. Yang and Soping's friendship happened in jail. He considers him a brother and Ning as a sister. And because of this relationship, he tells her to go and meet her brother in jail sometime. But Ning is angry that if he had not gone to jail, she would not have to live under someone else's roof today. Nor would she have to live such a life. Yang asked what is bothering her, so she told him that Hwan troubles her in school. When she returns to the shop, there is a letter from Ming outside, in which it was written that if you do not want everyone to find out about your brother's past, then stay away from Hwan. Next scene, another post came on the school forum, which revealed that Hwan's father's situation had been fabricated. Jian came and told that he suspects Ming posted this, because he had forbidden him from doing anything. Hwan happily thanked Ming in a message. But even after seeing this post, some girls kept doubting Hwan and said it is better to maintain distance from girls from such cities. In anger, Fengli silenced everyone and apologized to Hwan in front of the whole class for staying quiet on Ning's lie in the cafeteria last time and not telling everyone the truth. After a little while, a friendly atmosphere formed between them. When Ning passed outside the class and saw Fengli getting close to Hwan, she got even more angry. A few days later, the day of the monthly exam came. While going to school, suddenly two of Yang's goons blocked Hwan's path and started snatching her bag. Understanding the situation, Hwan immediately tapped 3 times on the back of her phone. On the other hand, Ming got an emergency alert and without delay took his scooter and reached there. He stopped both the goons and told Hwan to immediately run to school so that she could give the exam. But by the time she reached school, the first English paper was already over. Because of missing the exam, she got a straight 0 in that paper. Next scene, Yang's men who got beaten by Ming came to him. Ming also came from behind and grabbed Yang and warned him to stay within limits. Just then the police arrived on his call and took Yang away, who while leaving told Ming that he cannot always save his cousin. This thought started running in his mind. Ming started thinking in the shower about Hwan's words, that if he is in school, then no one will bully her. Coming to his room, he opened those boxes in which he had locked his golden memories of his past. In them were his trophies, which he had won for his model aircraft. He knew that Yang is a very dangerous man with a feeling of revenge. If Hwan ever has no one around her, she could get into trouble again. After thinking a lot, he made that decision, which no one had expected. On the other hand, After the results came, Juan could not defeat Ning because one subject was missed. How after seeing Juan's marks told everyone that if she had given the English paper, she would have easily left Ning behind. But Juan accepted her defeat and started running on the playground as punishment. After doing many rounds, Juan herself started feeling dizzy and could not run anymore. She stopped out of tiredness. Everyone started encouraging her, but her courage came from Ming, who was standing in front of her wearing the school uniform and encouraging her to move forward. Juan also got energy, and she completed the remaining rounds with him. Teacher Su himself spoke to the principal for Ming. Because of this, he could easily come back to school. Su introduced him to class 2. Meanwhile, he is also seen helping Fine. He would bring and take them on his auto. Whenever they needed, she would also give them vouchers to get their hairstyle done at her salon. All these Feng's friends were happily watching while eating watermelon. Meanwhile, Juan pinches Ming during break to make sure if she is dreaming or not. Has he really come to school? But Ming's scream woke her from sleep. After doing 20 rounds of the ground, Juan's feet start hurting a lot. That is why she cannot even walk properly. So Ming picks her up on his shoulder and takes her to the bus stop. At night, Feng is cutting her son's hair. During this time, he asks her if she will handle everything alone after he goes to school. She assures him that now he does not need to worry about the house. Juan has changed Salo's look and opened the way for earning. And now their bar shop has also reopened. Now she will handle everything. Lunian is also there in the shop to help them. Ming, after getting a haircut, directly got a herbal pack for Juan. He brought hot water and told her to put her feet in it so that she gets relief. He also said that it was not necessary for her to do 20 rounds. Juan said that she also wanted to take this punishment for her own laziness, even though she missed the English paper, but her other scores were also much less than expectation. Her goal is not only to beat Ning, but to get into a good university. So from now on, she will focus even more on her study. Plus, she hopes that Ming also goes to a better college. But he says that he re-enrolled only to get a high school diploma. He has no intention of going to college. The next day, he comes to school with Juan. At the entrance, Hao and Ting mess up their friend's styled hair and climb on his new sneakers to properly welcome him back to school. Seeing Juan so happy with Ming, Jian, sitting in the car, says that he admires Ming a lot. Till today, no one had the courage to reject his father's offer the way Ming did. What he chose for himself, Jian could never do. He tells Shehan not to come to pick him up after school because he will study with Juan after evening study. On the other hand, Shehan is also secretly disappointed for Ming. When Ming had told her his decision, the ground slipped from under her feet. But it did not take her long to understand that he is doing all this for Juan. Ming also said that he is joining school so that he can protect Juan, so that her attention stays only on studies till graduation. Shehan reminded him that he is doing very wrong with himself. Juan will leave one day after a few more days. Maybe she will also forget about this place, but Ming's future will be messed up. But Ming does not care. For him, the present matters more. And right now, Juan is his first priority. Shehan said with a heavy heart that whenever his student side gets tired of becoming Ming, he can come back as her business partner Ming. She will welcome him with an open heart. Here, the atmosphere in school had completely changed. As soon as Ming came, the girls got a different glow. Everyone found Ming so handsome that one even sent yogurt lovingly through Juan's hands. When she went to give it to Ming, he was surrounded by girls from all sides. She gave him that yogurt, but Hao picked it up and drank it. When that girl saw this, she told him this was for Ming. So Hao spat his drunk yogurt back in that bottle and started giving it back to her. Seeing this, the girl got disgusted and left from there. After evening study gets over, Jian comes to Juan's class to solve a maths problem. Hao tells Ming that this Jian always clings to Juan like this after evening study. He is not good in study. Otherwise, he would have sat between the two of them himself to become a third wheel. He jokingly tells him to chill with Ting. Hao told that he had already left saying something important, but here Ting was busy exchanging ribbon gifts with Shimin and blushing. Ming is coming out of class, so some girls give him their broken phones to repair. He also cannot say no. Juan, who had been jealous since afternoon, was watching this. Her face gets even more puffed up. And here Ming also burns with jealousy seeing Juan come laughing with Jian. The fire is equal on both sides. Both also taunt each other. Ming says done with studying together. Juan says, and are you also done chatting with everyone? And these phones you have stuffed in the bag, go and fix them. He says, yes, I will check each one carefully. You don't worry. And looking at it, I am so popular because of you. I also got a source to earn extra income. When both got off the bus on the way back, it started raining. Ming had one jacket. Both covered themselves with it and came home so enjoyably that all the jealousy disappeared. Ming had come to school just a few days ago, but the moments made with him were so sweet that Juan kept tossing and turning in bed all night blushing. Sleep did not come, so she went downstairs to get water. Just then, hearing grandmother coughing, she came into her room, who was still awake doing embroidery and knitting. Grandmother asked Hwan what was the reason for staying awake so late. She told that these days a lot is going on in her mind. Because of one person, her emotional strings have been shaken, and she does not understand anything. What is all this happening? Grandmother said some things do not need to be understood. Knowing everything in life sometimes becomes boring. Here Ming's situation was no different from Hwan. He also stopped getting sleep. He would fall asleep listening to romantic song. The next day, Sanshu came nervously and told that the previous day her argument with Ting happened, and he also answered back and slammed the door and left. He did not return after that. The phone is also with them, which they had confiscated from him so that he does not get stuck in online romance. Because last time they heard a girl's voice from his phone. She went with Feng to the police station to file a missing report. Ming also talked to some of Ting's friends, but no one had seen him. Just then Hao came and started telling that since the semester start, Ting has been behaving very strangely. After school, he does not go home with him. Keeps smiling, looking at his phone all the time, but he is sure nothing wrong has happened with him. He must have run away somewhere to find peace. Just then Ming gets a call from Ting, and he tells that he is in Ring City right now. He cannot say when he will return because the matters here are very complicated. So Ming, Hwan, and Hao make a plan to go to Ring City by boat. While Hwan is also connecting some dots about Ting and Shimin because both their cover photos are similar. On top of that, Shimin had told that she had transferred schools 3 times because her house is very far away. And that place is none other than Ring City itself. She immediately calls her and finds out that Ting is indeed with her. So she and Ming set out for Ring City on Hao's boat. They also inform Ting's mother, who is very worried. Next scene, all 3 reached Shimin's sea farm in Ring City, and as soon as they arrived, they spotted Ting working there. On asking him, it was found out that Shimin's father wants to make her drop out of school so that his daughter can take over their oyster farm properly. But Shimin wants to do painting. That is why Ting had come here to talk to her father. But seeing a bloodstained knife in his hands, he got scared. All words stopped. Shimin's dad also thought that he had come here for work, so he made him his employee. Everyone laughs a lot hearing his sad story. But then they make a plan to convince Shimin's father, but in a different way. First, help in his work because he was short of workers in oyster harvesting. So everyone introduced themselves as Shimin's classmate. Then everyone got busy helping him. On one side, Ming, while working, started explaining to him that Shimin is a very hardworking student. Her future can be good if she continues her studies. But he said that his daughter's results are not good. She always comes last in rank. His belief is that it is useless to work hard in a place where nothing is going to happen. But on the other hand, if Shimin takes over her father's big farm, then at least she will not lack money. On top of that, his elder daughter had a baby, so his wife had gone to take care of her. So here he needed Shimin's help, and his belief is that this is the right opportunity for Shimin to leave school and fully take over his farm. On the other side, Hwan asks Shimin what does she actually want? What is her dream? She told that she wants to paint, not grow and harvest oysters all her life. But when she talked to her father about this, he did not agree, and she also feels that her marks do not come good, no matter how much effort she puts in. On top of that, her father finds the artist career unrealistic. Seeing her so demotivated, Hwan explains that by studying arts, she will have many options like architectural designing, fashion designing. Even if nothing else, she can easily become an arts teacher. Hearing this, she also got a little hope that she will convince her father. While removing oyster shells, Hwan got cuts here and there on her hands, so Ming brought clam oil for her and started applying it on her hand. Hwan also found his hands full of small cuts. He told that this is coastal work and a tough job. The women who do this for years, their hands become difficult to straighten even in old age. Hwan said that is why she wants to help Shimin. He jokingly said that Hwan should get an award for bringing everyone back to school, on which she said that only those who want to come back. Ming looked into her eyes and said after a while that her case is not like Shimin. After a little while, all the parents arrived with teacher Su. Sanchi took Ting aside and started apologizing for misunderstanding him and felt proud that their son came all the way to help his classmate. So all the elders said from here they will handle it, and in this way they also got busy helping in harvesting. Meanwhile, Su explained to Shimin's father that it is not right to put so much heavy work responsibility on a girl. On top of that, she works very hard in studies. Shimin's dad said if his daughter did well in studies, he would have educated her further himself, but he does not see that quality in her. Su tells that Shimin is very good at drawing. She can give the arts exam. If her score is high in that, then academic score does not matter much. He also tells him Ming's inspiring story, who started studying again after 2 years, and said that he has always taught his students to choose that path in which they have passion, so that they do not have to regret later. Shimon's father loves his daughter. That is why in the evening, he arranged a big dinner for everyone and thanked everyone for helping out. Then in front of everyone, he asked Shimon what does she actually want. After staying quiet for a long time, Shimon gathered courage and clearly said that she wants to go to school, see the outside world, and fulfill her dream. Shimon's father realized that if he stops his daughter today, then maybe it will become her lifelong regret. Seeing dreams in his daughter's eyes, he finally decided to support her and gave Shimon permission to complete her senior year. Hearing this, everyone picked up their glasses and celebration began. Tears of joy started flowing from Shimon's eyes. At night, all the elders returned from the fishery and the children stayed there. Seeing Shimon's father, Juan was reminded of her father. For the first time, she openly talked to Ming about them and told that her father does not care much about her. He never personally selected a gift for her. All the gifts his secretaries would choose. He was always surrounded by different women. After her mother died, everyone lined up to take her place. But when the incident happened with her father and his power and money went away, then all those so-called female friends also disappeared in one moment. Ming comforted her and threw his jacket over her to protect her from the cold. The next day, all friends went together to a nearby amusement park. Everyone played games, had fun, and talked about their dream. Like Ting wants to become a singer. Hao wants to be a truck driver so that he can travel to many places. Juan wants a lot of money so that she can provide security to her family. But Minghu's dream was once to become a pilot. Today he is living life without any dream. And according to him, life can be lived well without a dream too. Meanwhile, Hao, who secretly likes Juan, also told Ting about this. But he knows what? He has no chance. He asks what type of boys does Juan like. Juan said that she likes boys whose marks are excellent. Hearing this, Hao's remaining hope also broke. But a new dream woke up in Ming's heart. He could not sleep all night. He was standing outside in thought early in the morning. Seeing him like this, Juan asked what was the matter. He told that it is not that he has no dreams. He just could not figure it out. But now his dream is to go to college. Juan asked the reason for suddenly changing his mind. Ming looked at her and after a little while said that he wants to feel what it is like to be a good student. After returning back, everyone was sitting at the dining table. During this, the topic came up of Juan making a study group with Shimon because she had assured her father that she would help Shimon improve her marks. Grandmother said to include Ming also in this study group. Ming also said that it has been 2 years since he left study. He will also need teacher Juan's help in some problem. When Juan started doing the dishes, he told her to go to the room and prepare to tutor him. So while leaving, Juan took off her apron and put it on Ming. In this, the closeness increased. Juan got awkward and quickly tied the apron and ran away. After washing dishes, Ming came to her to study. But most of his attention was on Juan. Seeing both of them studying, Feng comes happily and tells her mother-in-law that she is very happy for Ming. She hopes that Ming's future will be very bright and she will support him well. Because after the salon reopened, the crowd of customers has increased. That is because now they have 5 types of certificates. Meanwhile, Ming's English had become a little weak. 2 years of gap had made him forget many words. So Juan advises him to memorize again, whether through TV shows or through music. As he keeps saying the words she taught him, Juan keeps getting lost in him. After Ming leaves, she gets overwhelmed and accidentally drinks water from his cup, then keeps blushing. Meanwhile, Ming stays up all night solving the questions given by Juan. So seeing him yawning early in the morning, she asks, "Did you not sleep last night?" He says no, he was thinking about someone. When Juan asked about whom, he directly said about you. By the way, all these things they were doing in English, so that Ming's English vocabulary could expand. In the bus, seeing his solved paper, Juan said Ming's studies have improved more than before. Just then an old woman boarded the bus. Juan gave her her seat and stood up herself. With a jerk, Juan could not balance, so Ming gives his hand for her to hold. He also takes one earphone from her ear and listens to an English song too. In this way, both their feelings were getting even deeper. Ming, who was earlier introverted, is now becoming extroverted around Juan and doing direct and indirect flirting. Meanwhile, Juan blushes slowly. In school, some top students were called to the office and told about a joint camp which the city's universities organize. This year, Angie Hai got one spot. This camp will be during winter break. This program was not only to compete with the city's high school students, but was also a golden opportunity to get free guidance from top teachers. There is only one spot, so selection will be through a quiz. But INGGN withdraws his name from it because his father is taking him abroad during winter break. That night, Ming had gone out to help Shuhan in some work. Feng was also going out for some work and left Selno with Juan. Everything was going completely normal. But then a strange man wearing a cap came inside the salon and started asking about Ming. Juan told him that he is not here right now. Hearing this, he went back. Actually, this man was Sopping, whose vibes did not feel right to Juan. That is why she closed the shop and came outside. She started waiting for Ming near the bus stop. As soon as the bus came, Ming got off and gifted her some books, so that with their help she could easily get selected in the camp exam. Just then, Juan told him that someone had come to the shop looking for him. Here Young comes to Sopping with his men and tells everyone that before him Sopping's territory was here. His influence ran here. As soon as Sopping was released from jail, he went to meet his sister, but from a distance saw her life is not going well. And because of him going to jail, people also make fun of Ning. Right now, Young tells him his electronics business is running very well. He offers Sopping to join him. He tries to convince him that Ming is still a very big threat for them, but Sopping's mind changes seeing Ming, who tells him that Ming's cousin troubles his sister in school. Hearing this, Sopping fills with anger. The next day, someone removed the tires of Hao and Ting's cycles. Someone broke the glass of Feng's salon and ran away. As soon as Ming got this news from Lunian, he directly called the police officer and asked whether Sopping had been released from jail. They told him that he was released a few days ago. Ming did not take long to dial Juan's number and asked her where she is right now. Here she was coming out of a cafe. Just then a boy started attacking her. At that very moment, Ming came and his 2 kicks set that boy's mind straight and he ran away. On the other side, Young took his boys and started vandalizing in Shuni's shop and grabbed Shuni and started bullying that this area is his. How dare she open an electronics shop here? He tore off her hearing machine and threw it away. Just then Ming arrived and with just 1 kick knocked the gang to the ground and told him, "Tell Sopping to meet me directly." Here Sopping gathered courage and came to meet his sister. But Ning told him not to come here again. She does not want anyone to know that he is her brother. Sopping quietly came outside. Just then a man from Yang's gang called him and told him that Ming wants to meet him. He reached the given address. Ming came and advised him to move on by calling back the past. Ming said that he had already moved forward. He should also move forward. Sopping said that he himself wanted the same thing. That's why for the past 2 years, he had only been thinking that once his punishment ends, he could reunite with his sister, because he could bear everything. But he could never bear anyone hurting his sister. He warned Ming. He said troubling Ning again would not end well. Ming got angry and said he had never taken his anger out on his sister. The enmity was between the two of them, so if Sopping had any complaint, he should come directly to him. He should not try to drag his family into all this. Sopping said that he would do exactly that, because he wanted to ruin his life the same way his own life got ruined because of him. This argument soon turned into a physical fight. Juan called out to Ming and told him to calm down. Sopping also threatened Ming and left. When Juan asked Hua who that person was and why they were fighting, Hua only told her that before he came to Jiating, he had been involved in many fights, and this person was part of that same path. Hearing this, Juan starts to worry. When Feng went out shopping with Juan, seeing her so lost, she asked why she was so distracted. Juan tells her that it feels like Ming is hiding a lot inside, but no matter how much she tried, he just won't open up. Feng said that when she was raising him, it was the same. He never used to tell anything. He was sensible from a young age. He never asked his mother for anything, nor did he ever complain. So they thought everything was fine, and since they had gotten used to it, he should also get used to it. But she did worry, because it was also affecting Ming's marks, which were slowly dropping. She gives him guidance to do well in his upcoming exam. Another thing she notices is that Hao and Ting no longer ride their bicycles together. He signals them not to tell Juan anything, so they too start making excuses. At school, other girls had made Ning their target. Ever since Sopping was released, everyone kept talking about how he went to jail for 2 years for stabbing someone, and that he is connected to Ming. Velu started telling everyone that the last time she went to meet Ning at her laundry shop, and brought this up. The look on her face was worth seeing, as if she really was guilty. Whenever Velu sees Ning, she starts taunting her even more. She mocks her, saying that if she wasn't good at studies, no one would even sit with her. Hearing all this, Juan stands up for Ning and warns Velu's friends that the way they are spreading someone else's rumors today, tomorrow it could be their turn too. Hearing this, Velu falls silent. There, Juan consoles Ning, but Ning tells her to stay out of her matters. Juan said she was only standing up for what was right. If it had been anyone else in Ning's place, she would have stood up for them the same way. Just then, she noticed Ning's nose was bleeding. She took out a tissue and gave it to her. Ning said that whatever was between her and her brother, no one needed to be told, and it had nothing to do with Huan. When Huan heard this, she remembered something Grandma had told her, that someone had once attacked Ming's bag with a knife because that person didn't like Ming at all. Right now, he is setting up CCTV cameras inside and outside the convenience store so that if anything ever happens again, they would have evidence to keep that person locked away for a long time and to keep Shinny safe too. Before leaving, he told the nearby shop owner that he wouldn't be able to come around as much these days because of his exam. So in his absence, please keep an eye on Shinny. Here, Huan takes Hao and Ting out to treat them, not out of joy, but because in return she wants to know if the story going around about Soping and Ming is true. That's why Ming had told the two of them to keep an eye on her so that Soping wouldn't come after her. But on Ming's instructions, the two of them don't tell Huan anything and pretend as if they know nothing at all. They then tell Ming that Huan has already figured everything out, which is why she's not letting them protect her anymore, and she might even go straight to Soping herself. He tries calling her again and again, but the calls don't go through. Just then, an emergency alert comes in. Since Huan had tapped 3 times, he rushed in panic to the location, which turned out to be near the lighthouse. There, he sees Huan feeding some kitten. He ran towards her and hugged her. Huan told him that her phone had been dying. When she saw so many missed calls from him, she quickly shared her location, but she didn't know he would assume she was in danger. She wants to know what actually happened in the past that he keeps hiding. Soa told her that 2 years ago, Ming had Shan Island. At that time, Grandma was hospitalized. That's why he had taken part in the city's basketball tournament to win the prize money. At that time, Soping had also taken part in that tournament. He was in his final year at another school. He was supposed to go to a sports school, and this tournament was his last chance. His uncle had gotten injured, but he had been a strong MVP, so he and his team were fully confident they would win. But as the match progressed, Ming scored goal after goal and took the MVP title and the win for himself. On the very last shot, Soping tripped and fell down. When we reached out to help him up, Soping got up by himself and walked away. Along with the prize money, Ming also got the chance to join the provincial team. This had been Soping's dream, and it shattered in a single moment. That evening, Ming was celebrating with his friends. Then Soping came and congratulated him. But when he saw that Ming had no interest in joining the team because all he cared about was the money, Soping started to find him very arrogant. His friends mocked Ming, saying that the thing Ming was taking so lightly was something Soping had lost everything for. Hearing this, Hao laughed. He said only one leg had gotten hurt, and these people were acting as if Soping had died. The matter escalated so much that Soping's friend lost his temper. They were ready to fight Ting and Hao. Ming stepped in to calm things down and said sorry, but Soping took this as an act too, which made Hao furious. He taunted him, saying that a provincial team didn't need cripples like him. Hearing this, all the anger inside Soping exploded. He started hitting him. Ming kicked Soping away from Hao and clearly said that he had no interest in the provincial team. He was trying to calm his friends down and leave, when suddenly, from behind, Soping picked up a knife and stabbed Ming in the back. Because of losing control in that moment, Soping had to go to jail and was removed from the selection due to his back injury, and his dream of becoming a pilot was shattered. After hearing his story, Huan told him that the painful days of life are like the shells that get left behind by a strong wave. They look very ugly, but the moment sunlight falls on them, the pieces of shell trapped inside start to sparkle. In the same way, scars are what carried him through that difficult time. They are his identity. She herself had once wanted to go abroad to study, but her dream also never came true. Still, she is happy that she is here in Jiaoding right now, where her youthful days are shining even brighter. At school, Ning was so dedicated to preparing for the joint camp test that she didn't even stop studying during lunch. Velu, watching Huan in the canteen, started mocking her again. Just then, Huan stood up and silenced her with just one look. Then it was time for the test. While writing the paper, Huan was relaxed and calm on one side, while watching her solve questions so quickly increased Ning's anxiety even more. Suddenly, her nose started bleeding and she fainted. Huan saw this and informed the teachers. Ning lifted her onto his shoulder and carried her to the hospital. Among the teachers who were with them, the person Soping had asked to keep an eye on his sister called him. He told him that Ning was in the hospital right now and that her cousin and someone else were with her. He suspects they did something to her. There, The doctor told them that Ming has a high fever and low blood sugar, and her nasal membrane is dry, which is why she had a nosebleed. According to him, she must be staying up late at night and not getting enough rest. The teachers head back to school, and Ming goes outside to get some food for Ning. Just then, Soping arrives at the hospital. Ning is on the bed, and when she sees him, she turns her face away. He apologizes to her for failing to be a good brother. She tells him to leave, that she won't be able to sleep because of him. So he quietly steps outside, and his eyes fall on Juan, who had gone to get some water for Ning. Soping grabs her and says that today, his sister's life has been ruined because of her and Ming. Juan says she is not Fan's enemy. She nervously tries to run away, but Soping holds her, so she has to tap her phone again to call Ming. At that time, Ming was buying food from shop, so as soon as he got the location, he rushed straight to the hospital. As soon as he arrived, he told Juan to go to Ning first because he wanted to talk to Soping alone. After Juan left, Ning angrily punched Soping and said he had told him to stay away from his family. Soping said he wants Ming to be abandoned by his family too, just like he was abandoned by his. The next day, Ning opened her eyes. She saw a watch beside her. She remembered this was the same watch she had asked her brother to buy for her, and he had promised to bring it for her using the prize money. When she was getting discharged, Juan came up to her and made an offer. She would give her her spot in the camp, but in return, Ning had to help her resolve the conflict between her brother and Ming. Juan needs to protect her people, and she knows Ning would want the same thing too, not for Ning's brother to end up back in jail again. Juan had a really bad dream in which she saw Soping attacking Ming from behind again. Just then, her phone's ringing woke her up. Meanwhile, Soping had called Wa to Yang's warehouse to settle the entire score once and for all. At first, Yang's men smashed glass on him. His head was saved because of his helmet. Then everyone started attacking him. Ming fought back against everyone too. Just then, Soping arrived and said that this was just between him and Ming, so he would deal with it himself. Here, Juan and Ming's friends set out to look for him. They also called the police. Juan informed Ning as well. There, Ming told Soping that none of this would solve anything. Soping started explaining that he didn't want to settle anything. He just wanted revenge. He had spent 2 years in jail, and here his sister had been bullied at school by everyone. Ming said Yang had definitely been filling his ears. He said Juan had nothing to do with his sister's situation, nor did he. But if Soping really wanted revenge, he should take it from him. He told Soping not to even look at Juan. Soping started hitting Ming, and Ming quietly took the hit. Even after hurting him, Soping still wasn't satisfied. So Yang handed Soping a knife and provoked him to finish Ming's story right there. Just then, Juan and her friends arrived. Juan requested Soping to let Juan go, but provoked by Yang, Soping went ahead and used the knife anyway. Just then, Ning came running and stopped him. Juan also explained that it was Soping's own mistake that he had gone to jail. Ming had no fault in it at all, but the injuries Soping gave him ruined Ming's career. If something like that hadn't happened 2 years ago, Ming would be flying jets for the Air Force today. Ning, crying, also begged her brother to come out of the past and made it clear that Juan had never made him unconscious. Soping finally threw away the knife too, but in stopping him, Ming's hand got covered in blood. Yang quickly ran away. When the police arrived, Soping was arrested. As Ming's hand was being bandaged, Juan worriedly asked the doctor to do a proper CT scan and x-rays, but the doctor said there was no need. The dressing was done, just needed to be kept from getting wet. Sitting on the beach, Juan asked Ming a question. Why had he taken this step without telling her anything? Ming also asked her, why had she given her camp spot to Ning? She said Ning needed it more right now, and besides, she knows exactly what her priorities are. Juan just wants Ming to also show his weakness in front of her. She doesn't want any wall between them, because just like Ning is everything to Soping, Ming is the most important thing in her life right now. That's why she wants to share his burdens too. At home, Fang gets angry at her son for what he did. She makes him promise that from now on, he will put his safety first. Ming also swore there would be no more fighting from now on. Ning went to visit her brother in jail to make him realize that he had ruined his own life with his own hands. She doesn't hate him, she just doesn't want to keep watching him ruin his life over and over again. Soping also realized his mistake. He apologized to his sister for ruining her life along with his own. Ning told him that Ming hasn't pressed any charges against him, so he could be out of jail very soon. So she wants him to come out and start a new beginning here too. Now Ning became part of Juan's study group. Everyone studied together for the finals, and before they knew it, the exams were over and result day arrived. Juan topped the class. Ming, despite a 2-year gap, performed even better and even scored the highest marks in math. Ximin moved up more than 20 ranks. Class 2 students performed just as well as Class 1 this time. Huan's group is celebrating their result. Meanwhile, Jian tells Huan that her academic performance is at the top level of the entire province. For talent like this, elite schools in Beijing are themselves ready to offer admission. Since she wanted to do business, Beijing's universities are considered the best for such programs. Studying there would also open the door for her to study abroad. Hearing this, Ming goes quiet. He realizes Huan will be leaving here very soon. Huan told Wu that this used to be her goal, but now she's not sure if this is what she really wants anymore. He thinks about being selfish for once and asking her to stay, but for Huan's own good, he advises her to ask herself properly what she truly wants. The new year is approaching, and at this time the salon is crowded with customers. Outside, Ming and Huan were serving hot and cold drinks to customers waiting for their turn. Inside, Fong and Luyan were busy cutting everyone's hair. By night, Huan checks the accounts and tells everyone that the shop earned as much this month as it had earned in the last 6 months combined. Even after deducting supplies and utilities, they still made a profit of close to 110001. Everyone jumped with joy because now they could comfortably pay off all their debt. Happily, Fong gave Luyan a bonus and also promised to raise her salary next year. Privately, she also gave Ming some money and told him to take Huan shopping. So the next day, he took her to the holiday market. The street looked so colorful. Huan bought a balloon and tried all kinds of sweets. She bought a lot of things. Then her eyes fell on a mother zipping up her daughter's jacket. Huan told him that her mother used to love shopping too. Every year they would do something interesting, sometimes go on a road trip, sometimes paragliding, and sometimes just enjoy fireworks. Seeing Huan lost in old memories, Ming said he would take her somewhere even better. But instead, he took her clam digging at the beach, where she was feeling really cold, so Ming wrapped his own scarf around her. At first, Huan was a bit sad because she wasn't finding anything in the sand, but as soon as Ming caught a bunch of crabs for her, she became really happy. There, Fong gave her friends red envelopes, did their hair for free, fed them cherries, and shared the good news that they were finally free of all their debt, and that the salon now truly belonged only to them, and that all their stress had finally gone away. Getting emotional, she told them how much she had struggled in her life. She got pregnant before marriage, then married Xingdan. At every turn of life, she was tested. She used to cry all night, thinking her life had become a dead end. But this year brought light into her life. Many troubles came, but everyone faced those challenges together, and today they finally got some peace. Grandma and Fong's 2 friends were very happy for them. There, Huan wanted a grilling pan, so Ming won it for her by playing a shooting game. He didn't miss a single shot. Huan jokingly said it was pure luck. He accepted the challenge and shot 2 targets at once with 2 guns. After this move, not just Huan but everyone around them was impressed. After that, we see everyone getting ready for dinner. There, Soping got out of jail and went straight to Ning, carrying a lot of food with him. She was working alone at the shop. Her uncle had gone out with his family, so the 2 of them sat together, made up, and started life over from a fresh page. By evening, firecrackers started going off all over Shan Island. As night fell, Ming and his family had dinner together. Grandma and Fong gave Ming and Huan red envelope. Huan also gave them gifts she had bought from the market. After dinner, the 2 of them went to the lighthouse to feed Tata. Tata had grown up and now even had a girlfriend. After feeding them, Ming took Huan to the market. The whole market was packed with people. New Year happiness was everywhere, and people were wishing each other a happy new year. Huan said she was feeling cold. Hearing this, Ming took out hot water from the thermos he had brought and gave it to her to drink. Just then, Zen's video call came in. He wished Huan and Ming a happy new year and told them to come visit Beijing sometime. After ending the call, the 2 of them started enjoying the fireworks. Just then, Ming noticed Huan was still feeling cold, so he quickly put a woolen cap on her. Huan told Ming that she didn't know which college she would end up going to, but she wants to spend next New Year here with him too. Just then, Luyan and Feng came over with a lot of firecrackers. For the past several years, Ming's family's financial situation hadn't been good enough for them to buy their own firecrackers. Every year, they would only feel happy watching their neighbors' fireworks. But this time, Fong herself had bought a lot of fireworks and planned to enjoy them together with the neighbors. On one side, the adults went to the beach to light firecrackers, while the kids enjoyed fireworks near the market. Just then, a video came in from Kokania and her sister, wishing him and the others a happy new year. Ting also video called Shimin, and right at midnight, Everyone wished each other a happy new year. Here, the adults were also wishing each other a happy new year, when suddenly everyone's eyes turned to Fong's house, which was on fire, with Grandma resting inside. In panic, Fong quickly called Ming back and jumped inside the house to save Grandma. When Ming arrived, everyone helped get them out, and he went inside himself. He wrapped Grandma carefully in a blanket and carried her out of the room on his shoulder. Outside, everyone was trying to put out the fire. Just then, the fire brigade arrived. Inside, Ming was surrounded by fire on all sides, which kept flaring up every second. Ming gathered his courage and brought Grandma out through the back door. Everyone breathed a sigh of relief, but Juan's eyes welled up with tears when Ming handed her laptop. Everyone gathered at Sanchi's place. Fong's salon had burned down, but they were grateful that everyone was safe. Ming's wrist had gotten a little injured though. The fire was put out after a while. Sanchi let Fong and Grandma stay at her place for the night. Hao's mother took Juan and Ming to her house. When Juan, after freshening up, was sitting in the room looking at her laptop, Ming came in with charger. Juan asked him, in such a life or death situation, why did he save her laptop? Ming said it was because it was important to her. He said she was even more important to him than that. Seeing his burned hand, she started worrying. So Ming told her he was fine, that putting some ice on it would heal it. He reassured her that he was perfectly okay so that Juan wouldn't worry too much.